Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. We're back again with more Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Let's get right into it. We just finished the Lost Chapel. And, ooh, is that gnome hooked hammers in our inventory? I don't remember picking up gnome hooked hammers. Definitely have to take a look at that. Those are the ones that we replaced. That's what it is. We picked up some better ones and replaced it with what he had. No problem. As the story unfolds, you draw closer to events that have the power to change everything. Some quests and locations may become unavailable. Proceed when you are ready. And nothing works. Oh, here. Okay. So it works if I press it from here, but I cannot. I don't have the option to use my keyboard. Let me restart the game. All right, I can use my keys again. Now, where were we? Okay, just finished the Lost Chapel. Let me get my recruits. I have enough money for that. Have enough money for that. Have enough money for that. And actually, yep, they're using clerics, so I might as well recruit them as well. Why not? Free search, just in case it gets something interesting. It doesn't. All right, bring these guys all the way up here. Boom, 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 boom. And nope, still don't want anything to do with you all just yet. Bring you all the way up here. All right, I don't want to combine those. In fact, I can't. So, but this is the one that I need. Oh, okay. So this is the level 6. Level 6 versus level 3, that's fine. Okay, so I need to defeat him, then come back around, get my recruits, and then take this level 5. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Yep. Deskari slaves fought fearlessly and relentlessly, like insects swarming around a flame without any awareness of what they were doing. When the last of the demons had fallen in battle, the Crusaders could finally take in what exactly they had been fighting for. For many years, these old salt mines had provided the local alchemists with their most valuable ingredients, and now they would do so again. All right, what's going on here? Plus 15 bonus to energy, all spellcasting units, all units in the army. Nope, this one. All right. Shouldn't I be able to take on... You know what? I got to come back here for that other level 5 anyway, so I'm not going to worry about that. Boom, boom, boom. Now you. Oh, wait. Probably makes the most sense to go ahead and sell my stuff and take a rest. So let's do that. Whoa. Except, of course, if I was being stupid about it. There we go. The cat doesn't come here until you defeat that army. Forgot about that. Boom, 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 boom. Commander. Okay. Yet again, an ascension secret. We save here. Come back to Nurah's tent. And how can I help? I'll be glad to help in any way I can. But how? That's the question. When the gargoyles attacked the camp, What were you doing with that vial of alchemist fire near my tent? Forgive me, Commander, she looks at the ground. Despite everything, I am still quite unsuited to war. I belong in a library somewhere, not on the battlefield. When those beasts fell from the sky, I panicked. The fire, the screams, the monsters, the chaos. I ran to you because I could see you knew what to do. As for the vial, that was completely stupid. I just wanted to arm myself with something, but I knew fire wouldn't work on demons. Why did I grab that alchemist fire and not something that would actually work? I don't know. It's not my first time in the wound, but I still haven't learned how to fight. Enough lies, Nurah. It's time to tell me the truth about what you're doing in this army. You want to know the truth? Her face cringes painfully. Here's the truth. I hate all of you. If I had been there the day Areelu Vorlesh opened a rift to the abyss, I would have gladly handed her the ingredients for the ritual. I put the pheromone-soaked cloth in your pocket. I wanted those hellbugs to eat your smug face off. I was the one who set the tents on fire that night, and I told the gargoyles who to grab. Every day I was in your army, I did all I could to hurt you. Oh, the things I would gladly do to you, and it would be but a thousandth of what you deserve. She hides her face in her hands. When I was 8, I was auctioned off like livestock. They used a stick to train me to obey, like livestock. Did the Paladins of Mendev help me? Of course not. Even when we passed through a Mendevian city, none of those warriors of good lifted a finger to set me free. Slavers aren't demons, after all. Nurah looks up and stares at you with eyes red with tears. The first time I came to the wound, I wasn't seeking adventure. My owner dragged me here on a leash. You think the demons bribed me? I was happy to betray him, without a shadow of a doubt, expecting nothing in return. I poured a sleeping potion into this soup pot, opened the gate, and waited for the demons to come and tear them all to pieces, and me along with them. I didn't care, but the demons saw the real me. They made me a cultist. They offered me a chance for revenge. I'm here for revenge. I only want one thing, for the demons to devour you all. You, your queen, all your heroic knights, and after that, the whole world can burn for all I care. Oh, wow. I can't wait to do this as a trickster. That's going to be interesting. Lawful. I don't want to hear any excuses for your treason. Save them for your trial. There will be no trial. A vicious grin crosses her face. You still don't understand? The only law for mortals now is the whims of the Demon Lords, from now until the end of time, which draws even closer. Nurah snatches the wand from her belt, waves it quickly, and disappears into a portal. Ooh. And there you have it.
Let us be on.
So my question here is, this is actually the first time I've done this, and this seems like the kind of thing you should be able to tell Anivia about. Oh, she is standing here. Okay, cool. Super weird that you're not able to. I should be able to run right over to Anivia and be like, hey. Oh, he's the one who has that weird sound. Why you keep doing this, dude? All right. Okay, none of that is useful to me. What's this? Mighty Constitution. I'll put it on my damn pier. Who's up front? Reginald is your stuff. Yep. +2. That's also +2. You, how are you doing? This gives you a +3 competence bonus on stealth skills, which I actually want you to hang on to. I like that. So we'll give that to you instead. What's this? Meta magic. Are maximized. Saving throws and opposed rolls, though, are not affected. Nobody can use this just yet. Okay, and did we pick up any shirts? We did not. Okay, cool. Sell everything. Bulk selling. Hey, my bulk selling set up properly, right? Yes, it is. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Sell that off. And deal. Excellent. Well, sir, anything you want to add? Commander, Quartermaster Garms looks mildly embarrassed. So sorry to distract you, but I could use some advice. The soldiers are worried. Everybody can feel it. The decisive battle is coming. The big one. The one we started the crusade for. Some of the lads are getting real jittery, and I was wondering if there was anything I could do to help them. Should I ask the bars to come up with a rousing song? Or maybe throw a little shindig? We should hold a tournament. The troops can remind themselves and their peers how strong they truly are. Great. And those who distinguish themselves can be rewarded with tokens of appreciation from the commander. A sturdy breastplate for some, a fine bow or a sharp dagger for others. We can use it to make a small but resilient band of the finest soldiers for the rest of the army to look up to. I have to go. Okay. Oh, wait. Do I need to... Oh, I need to talk to Sosiel again. Okay. Have his edge. Yep. Okay. Make it dressing. That's it. Good afternoon, Commander. How can I help you? Do you think about what the Hell Knight told you? Yes, Sosiel shakes his head. Another dead end. I still know nothing. How could Trevor have parted with his shield? I can't imagine. You don't know what your brother has endured in this war. Perhaps the person you knew once is gone. You must believe in your brother. If he gave away this shield, it means he had a good reason. I do believe it. I do. But what could have made him part with our family relic? You know, it's not only the Hell Knights who told me the truth. Knight Tirabay refused to tell me anything about my brother's fate while I was serving in Kennebrest, but after these events, she finally broke her silence. And the things she told me. Sosiel shakes his head. That he was a good fighter, but a terrible knight, and an utterly worthless paladin. He became more and more cruel as time went on. He started caring more about destroying the enemy than protecting the innocent. He gushed over Prelay Holron and his witch hunts. Eventually, the goddess's patience wore thin. When he beat up some poor fellow for blasphemy, Shellen took away Trevor's powers. That was a huge blow for him. He left the city, asking only that his disgrace be kept secret from his family. That was why Erebeth didn't say anything earlier. Brother, my brother, but how? He's always been kind, merciful. Where could this cruelty have come from? Have you gotten used to your new powers? Such power. It's like I'm a young priest again, taking my first steps in service to the goddess. When Shellen first entrusted me with the power to heal the wounded, I was so afraid to touch anyone with these hands, and I didn't wash them for a week, until my mother took me by my ear and led me to the wash basin. The cleric smiles a broad, boyish smile. Of course, the powers you gave me are far stronger than those granted to a novice cleric, stronger than most clerics ever receive. It is not my duty to feel proud of them, but to use them in the service of others, and to ensure that what happened in Kennebrest, what happened in my brothers in faith, will never happen again. What do you think of your brother's fate now? I can't wrap my head around what I've learned. It's as if we're talking about a different person altogether. How could he? Why did he give his shield to that she-devil in black armor? Oh, Shellen, let this all be a mistake. Thank you for talking to me. My pleasure. How does he know she was a she-devil if he barely met her? You talked to her briefly in the midst of a war, but you're convinced she's this horrible person strictly because of the Hell Knight armor. It's making a lot of
Not a
assumptions there,
fighter,
Sosiel.
you're a gardener. I suppose you're a decent enough healer, but you have the soul of a civilian. What are you doing in this war?
What you say is true, and praise Shailen for it. You could say I'm just here to protect my garden from vermin.
Wow. He said you have... The commander becomes host to an anomalous force, and his dreams are filled with strange visions. He feels the space around him distort, and his sensory organs are flooded by false images, bred by distortions of light and air. Reality itself tries to expel the commander into some dark tunnel. At the other end, a grim figure awaits. His body resists this crude attempt to wrench it from reality, but the unknown force finds a tangle in the commander's soul, one made of demonic rage and destructive desire. The stranger grabs at it and pulls, like a hunter reeling in a harpoon. Troubled by the sudden intrusion, the dark and ominous force deep in the commander's soul answers with a menacing growl. The commander, Perception 25, stares intently at the ghostly figure. What? The darkness conceals the stranger's appearance. Staring at the dark figure, the commander feels himself involuntarily leaning toward it. The attraction increases. Knowledge Arcana 18 tries to understand what's going on. He needed a moment to figure this out. The commander is being summoned, transported through space by some magical force. However, the attempt did not succeed because the commander is not a spirit or demon, but a mortal Dhampir. The commander is surprised that this spell worked on him at all. He uses every effort to suppress the tangle of rage in his soul, which the mysterious power has latched on to. By force of will, the commander pushes his anger down as deep in his soul as he can. The attraction rapidly weakens in response, as if the mysterious enemy can no longer sense the commander and concentrate its efforts on him. The apparition recedes, leaving the commander wondering whether it was reality or a nightmare. Awesome. Okay. Now, let's get back out there. Should be only a little bit left, and then we can assault Dresden. Oh, that's right. Time for Daeran. What did I get here? I guess well, actually I have Camellia, so doom 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 doom. And spell focus. This doesn't matter right now, but enhanced cures, sure. Usually with one of his mythic options, I get the additional mystery that adds more to his spells. All right, magical vestments is a good investment. And mythic level 2. What did you get for mythic level 1? Boundless healing. Good call. Second mystery. Bones. Okie dokie. Now. these. Yep. 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 Excellent. What is Crusade Army 5? I don't remember there being another one. What are you? Ooh, Dresden. Okay. Ooh, Rangers. Well, well, well. Yeah, I'm not worried about you right now. Okay. And still level 6. Interesting. Level 7's down there. We'll save that for later. Let's deal with this for now. No arm, no movement points left. Fine. All right. Oh, you can get to Heaven's Edge without dealing with that. Isn't that nice? I didn't realize that. All right, close. Hey, you're ready now too. Excellent. Yeah, sure. All right, let's deal with it. Nope, we're gonna have to fight this. Excellent. Okay, one of them is taken care of. Decent. Oof. That was unfortunate. Oh, wow. That was doubly unfortunate. Yeah, there's. Yeah, lighten him up. They're like, I want all your morale. Give it to me. All right. Can't do any. Interesting. Yes. 5. Sure. Excellent. And no, we're just gonna chill. Boom, 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 boom. 60. Yep. And then you. What do I want to do? Yeah, I guess you can hold the line over here. Yeah, sure. Ooh, lovely. Oh, hi. Excellent. And you. Excellent as well. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Clerics are kinda sturdy. Okay. Yeah, you stay focused on him. Ooh, look at you. Making the magic happen. All right, not bad at all. And we got all our people back. The Crusaders took over the ruins of a Sarkorian settlement and put to the sword all the demons defending it. Scouts have reported a sinister-looking lair nearby. Ooh, level 7. That's not cool. There's a level 4 down there, though. Ooh. They're saying he would have wiped us out, huh? I don't appreciate that. Well, you're the biggest threat. Let's deal with you first. All right, smoked you. And you're easy to deal with. Yeah, sure, come to us. Come to us by all means. You get closer. Alright, and we could deal with the other one through regular means, but this one could probably use some magic. You. Yep. Sure. Let's just go ahead and deal with it. And yeah, sure. Excellent. Give you a little bit of this, and a little bit of this. Excellent. And yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, sure. You can do that if you like. If it makes you feel better. Oh, yeah, you're done for. Okay. Dealt with that. Keeper's Canyon used to be an important relay point for the river of traffic between Dresden and Kennebress. Now this small but once thriving port town lies in ruins, but its sturdy harbor may still come in handy when the supply ships from Mendev arrive. All right, we're gonna save the 7 for later, shall we? 12-3-3, nope, gotta fight this battle. Oh, is this the ones on the horses? Yeah, it is. Yeah, they do a ridiculous amount of damage. Okay, since you're all the way over there. Yeah, nice and melted down. Yep, only do one, it's okay. Oof, kind of creepy. Seeing those horses travel on the screen, it's like watching a centipede go across your living room floor. You're like, you know, it's technically not a threat to you, but yeesh, it still's creeping the crap out of you. All right, and deal with the other one. Okay, excellent. Yep. And almost. That's not going to get it done. Okay, you know what? I think I'm changing my mind about clerics. I think I get it a lot more. I wanted them to be more offensive. All of the rapacious mercenaries on their high-mettled horses turned out to be foreigners from an unknown distant land. Among the trophies, in the bag of their shrieking leader, the soldiers found an unusual ring. But I think the real draw is supposed to be that how well they can take a hit. I get it, I get it. Oh. Destroying a Lich's phylactery will not immediately kill it, but doing so is necessary in order to destroy the monster. Interesting. I think that answers one of my earlier questions. And now my keyboard is not working. It will not allow me to move anywhere. My mouse will move, but not my keyboard. I hope that's fixed.
My not so numerous, but nonetheless dearest guests. About a year ago at my last birthday party, I assured you all that I nurtured a deep-seated hatred for boring people who give protracted speeches in the misplaced belief that their inner thoughts are of any interest to anyone but themselves. Now I am a whole year older and also a full-fledged crusader. An honorable position that requires me to be as dull, pedantic, and vexing as I possibly can. Therefore, a speech it is.
And
The revered cleric Nestrin, my guardian and tutor, often told me that those who live a sinful life may expect to join the abyssal hordes after they die. This is why their path is the most despicable of all. A part of their soul may return to Mendev in the abominable form of a demonic invader.
yeah, the game isn't letting me use spacebar to move forward.
Every time we see a demon, we might as well think about it. What if this wretched creature used to be your great-great-grandfather? What if certain parts of this pointy-tailed beauty used to belong to your pious cousin? They say that the demons represent the sins of the souls they are made of. Succubi emerge out of lustful souls. Vandals turn into Abracandilu. Gluttons become Nabasu. I, for one, am determined to commit as many different sins as possible, so that the distributive mechanism of the abyss breaks when it tries to decide what to do with my soul. You, my dearest guests, will be my assistants in this complicated task. Eat, drink, and indulge yourselves in whatever vices you can. Let nobody leave this house as righteous as they entered it. Live every day like it's your last. After all, nobody knows when that day will arrive, do they?
Daeran smirks, finishes his wine, and tosses the glass to the ground. How interesting. Inquisitor Leotor whispers in your ear from behind. Do you find anything interesting? Nothing really. I just took note of a few things. I attempted to find out whether anything unusual or mysterious has happened to the Count over the last 10 years. During my conversations with his acquaintances, 2 people noted that he never speaks of the revered Nestrin, the priest of Iomedae who was his guardian and tutor. Yet he just mentioned Nestrin in his speech, whatever that might mean. You told me that you tried to find out if anything odd had happened to Daeran over the last 10 years. Some of his servants complained about strange occurrences in the house, like objects moving by themselves or candles going out. Of course, that could simply be a figment of their imagination. It is also very well known that the Count often invites various spellcasters to entertain him and encourages them to use their magic in mischievous ways. Practically the whole Mendev knows the story about the 3 drunk wizards and their teleportation race across the roofs of Kenebres after a party at the Count's house. What I'm trying to say here is that any fluctuations in residual magic at his house are not at all surprising. There was the matter of the abduction, however. A gang of bandits kidnapped the Count hoping for a ransom, but the only reward they got was death. Afterward, the Count told everyone that he had hired the bandits himself as a joke. The other mercenary squad that freed him and executed the bandits was also in his employ. Nobody really wanted to delve too deep into this case after confirming the identities of those wretched cutthroats. But there was one disturbing fact about it all, and I don't mean the Count's bizarre idea of fun. The mercenaries who supposedly freed him had also cut off the bandits' heads after they had already killed them. Their heads were cut off. You mean the bandits who attacked Daeran? Yes. Perhaps I wouldn't have even noticed this detail had I not visited Heaven's Edge right after the tragic incident. I remember that we also found several headless bodies, both of guests and demons. We thought they had been decapitated during the fight. My companions have been finding severed heads among their belongings recently. Strangely, things like this weren't a problem before Daeran joined the party. What? That is an alarming coincidence. Now we have another reason to conduct an investigation. It is crucial that we find out what exactly happened at that tragic feast. What do we need to do, Inquisitor? Now that's the hardest part. I need to dive deep into the past of this place, which requires casting several different spells over some time. It would be very convenient for me if nobody interrupted the process, especially the Count himself. I don't think he remembers my face, but a suspicious stranger casting unknown spells might attract his attention. All in all, what I want you to do is to distract the master of the house. Right now he is playing host in the very place I'd like to start with. So how do I distract him? I don't know. Maybe your companions can assist you somehow? Or you can take a look around. Perhaps there's something that can help us. I understand. Good luck. Come back to me when the Count leaves. I will tell you everything I managed to find out, and maybe even show you something. Okay. And yep, still
I tire of waiting.
not letting me use the keyboard at all. So we will go here, save, and let me restart again. The decorative plants are in a miserable state. They've been neglected for many years. A jug of wine, if used creatively, might distract the count for a while.
I'll make my own legend.
Daeran, who has been watching the guests with an unreadable expression, turns his head to you and says in a casual tone, like he's continuing a conversation that was interrupted, I have always considered myself an aesthete, not a human, not a hero. When doomsday comes, I thought I'd pour myself a glass of 100-year-old wine, sit in the front row, and just watch the world burn. Playing the violin was also an option. Now, I'll be damned if I know how I ended up in the 5th Crusade. How did I become the companion of a hero chosen by Day? Perhaps this is your chance to finally do something worthwhile. What do you want me to do then? Dance a waltz on Dres's ramparts with a charming courtesan? Sounds worthwhile to me. Tell me more about Heaven's Edge. This estate was once a truly beautiful sight with its lush gardens and placid ponds. Daeran smiles briefly. It is a genuine smile, quite different from his usual half-smirk. The house itself is not that large, however. This land was part of the border region even before the Worldwound, so my ancestors took that into account when laying the foundations. The larger the mansion, the harder it is to defend. I'll gladly give you a tour, but I'm afraid there's not much to see here. I didn't have much time, so my servants only managed to clean up this yard, the Great Hall, and a couple of rooms. There's nothing interesting about them, except, perhaps, the magical firefighting system powered by water elementals. I'm not sure if it's still functional, though. You do remember that you are still my field attaché. Spill wine on Daeran's suit. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. And did you also not mean to ruin a suit that costs more than a thoroughbred? Don't fret. I have a spare. Just you wait. When I return, I shall look even more stunning. Excellent. I see that you did your part, Commander. Thank you. Now get ready to watch and listen closely. I will unravel the past of this place and try to show you whatever I find. The hum of voices, laughter, and music fills your mind. Then the visions come. Fragmented and hazy at first, they eventually coalesce to reveal a single face. It is a woman of stunning, heavenly beauty, and her delicate features instantly tell you who she is. The family resemblance to Daeran is obvious. My dear guest, the Lady of Heaven's Edge welcomes all of you today. I hope this day is as bright for you as it is for me, because on this day, my only precious, sometimes arrogant, but utterly beloved child was born. A child is usually a reflection of their parents and caretakers. Countess, will you allow the humble tutor of this young man to address the guest and the man of the hour as well? A new face appears. It is a handsome old man with a strong, dignified posture and a voice that emanates power. Can't we just have one day without your sermons? It's my birthday, after all. 10 years old, the young Daeran had an utterly angelic appearance. His table manners and expression lacked the dignity of a true angel, however. I'm sure the revered Nestrin only wanted to hug you and offer you his best wishes on your birthday. Wait, what? What's that noise? The shrill laughter rings in your ears and reverberates in the base of your skull. In the vision, a Lilitu appears before the guest of the estate and gives them an exaggerated, scornful bow. The sorceress of evil has come to your celebration, mortals. Did you prepare a treat for me too? What do you want, spawn of the abyss? I've already done everything I wanted to. Hey, you Doteran cleric, look around. Don't you notice anything odd? The plague is in your wine, in your food, in the air around you, in your blood. Soon you will all die. Pray to your pathetic goddess and call upon your healing powers all you want, but they're not going to help you. Nothing will help you. I will give you a chance to see it for yourselves, and when I return, the grave realization will have already sunk its teeth into your throats. Oh, how I love watching mortals in their final desperate hours. The demon finishes her speech with an air kiss to Daeran, making him freeze in horror, and disappears. Leotor shakes his head and slowly exhales, rubbing his temples. The first appearance of the disease in the Lilitu, one of the many sisters of the accursed Monago. So far, everything I've seen matches the official version of events. Who were the people in the vision? Countess Selena Arende was Daeran's mother and one of the most beautiful women in the history of Mendev. She was an Aasimar, just like her son. The old man is the esteemed cleric Nestrin, our count's guardian and tutor. He was well known for his unfaltering faith and iron will. I was only passing acquaintances with him, so I can't tell you anything more than that. I didn't recognize the others, but Daeran told me that the first victims of the disease were his second cousin and the cousin's wife, hailing from the eastern border. Surely the cleric could have done something. I can't say for certain, but I believe there was nothing he could have done. Magical diseases are already difficult enough to cure, and this plague struck very fast indeed. Now we must find out what happened next. What now? I could sense the aftershocks of a very strong outburst of emotions and memories somewhere in the west wing of the house. Something must have happened in one of the rooms, so please check if anyone is in there and distract them if need be.
Follow me.
Let's see, and the gang's all here. I actually really like Daeran's this quest, setting up Daeran's mystery. Especially as someone who played during the beta, Daeran's quest is one of the main ones that I was looking forward to follow up in. The door is sealed and looks like it hasn't been opened in a very long time.
March on.
If Woljif is still in your party when you get here, he'll use his perception skill to reveal something else that's in that room. Countess Selena Nevia Dara Arende with her infant son Daeran. Unlike typical aristocratic portraits, this one depicts a young mother having fun with her child on a seesaw.
Onwards.
Clear purpose. These braces allow their wearer to cast healing spells without provoking attacks of opportunity. They also grant a +2 bonus on concentration checks. Just realized I still haven't remembered to look up books. Daeran arches her brow at you, but doesn't seem to be disturbed in the slightest by your entrance. He's not trying to cover up or get dressed any faster. Commander, I assume that you have an urgent matter that requires my attention. What is this room? Daeran casts a look around the room as if he had never seen it before, then shrugs carelessly. Just a random room. I told my servants to make some rooms ready. This is one of the rooms they chose. I am absolutely confident that you won't be able to persuade Sosiel to draw a portrait of you. A new portrait, that is. That sounds like a fine idea. Our cleric will surely turn down a direct request, but if I tell him that we can sell the portrait at a charity auction, why have I never before thought of selling my nude portraits at a charity auction? It will cause a huge scandal, but it will also be for a good cause. This will give those god botherers something to complain about. You've given me a brilliant idea. I see that you're able to do as I asked. Prepare yourself. This vision might be rather difficult to watch. Young Daeran stands motionless by the Countess's bed. His face is pale with fear, and for good reason. His mother's heavenly beauty is gone. Her smile, once beaming with vitality and happiness, looks more like the grimace of a corpse. Only her golden hair still glows, a sad reminder of the healthy young woman she was just a few hours ago. Mother, can you hear me, Mother? My boy, how did you get here? The Countess's voice is fading. Don't come any closer, this disease. Mother, listen. The revered Nestrin has sealed the gates. He says that he won't let anyone leave the estate. If the plague reaches the larger settlements, nobody will be able to stop it. He claims this is why the demons attacked us in the first place. They knew that we would call upon the strongest clerics to heal us, and those clerics would catch the disease and die as well. The fat Baron and his family tried to escape, but 3-armed paladins barred their way and said they would not let them go. Mother, we need help. Kenabres is full of clerics, wizards, and demons who knows who else. They might know how to stop it. We need to get there as soon as possible. We must obey the revered Nestor. We are the lords of Mendev, and we must protect our people. If the plague, if it reaches Kenabres, thousands of innocent people will die. I don't care about any innocence. Daeran's voice rises to a shout. You're ill, Mother. You're dying. You must tell them to open the gates and take you to Kenabres. They won't listen to me, but you are the lady of the state. They can't refuse you. I can't. I must. Please leave, my dearest. Don't lose hope. You can still. A convulsion overtakes the Countess's body. Her last words are swallowed by a long, guttural groan. Leotor rarely rubs his temples, but his face is unreadable. Now I have an answer to one of my many questions. Nobody went to Kenabres in search of help because the revered Nestrin didn't let them. He valued the safety of the city more than the lives of his flock at the estate. What a difficult choice it must have been. Was there really no other choice? Who can say now? They could have sent one of the paladins to bring help from Kenabres, assuming that the Knight of God was immune to the disease. Perhaps Nestrin thought he might need them to maintain order. Or maybe he understood that the demons would not allow anyone to leave anyway. Or maybe the plague was so strong that it could mow down even the most righteous warriors. We will never know if any of these hypotheses are true. Leotor rubs his chin thoughtfully. I have never been in the revered Nestrin's position, but I know the price of difficult decisions, especially those that you have to make quickly. I have no right to judge them, but we must continue our investigation. The next site I'd like to examine is the Great Hall. That is where we found the remains of Nestrin and the demons. I assume that he killed them in a confrontation, but we must make sure of that. Please help me clear the area so I can study it. Stop trying to talk me into this. You have neither heart nor conscience, Daeran. Even the noble idea of charity becomes a farce when you touch it.
Let us be off.
I don't think these so-called innocents will suffer from knowing that their money and medicine came from my sinful silhouette. There is a feverish gleam in Daeran's eyes, owing to either tipsiness or some overabundance of emotion. Oh there, Professor Snake. That rotter Sosiel refused to sketch me in the nude for charity, but didn't upset me too much. The faces he made while I was explaining the idea to him were well worth it. He looked very much like a pious matron before being confronted with a talking male organ, one that was 2 foot long and being held aloft by a pair of golden angel wings. How are you enjoying my party? Are you having a good time? How about you, Daeran? Are you having any fun? Of course I'm having fun, Daeran says defiantly. What's wrong? Do you want me to spend my whole life in fear and mourning, blaming myself for what happened? Fine, let's change the subject. I thought the unique ambiance of Heaven's Edge and the fact that we're on the very border with the Worldwound would make this celebration special. I thought the past would resurface and make itself known. Daeran smirks bitterly. Well, it seems even ghosts don't wish to attend my parties anymore. What can we do to liven up the evening? You know what I think? I think it's time for a drinking contest. Ah, yes, the tried and trusted method for salvaging a dull party. For salvaging anything, actually. I am ready, but who's my competition? I've never seen Reggio be an option here. You know, we're gonna try it. What happens? No. I can provide an 8-paragraph handwritten rationale explaining why ordering me to participate in such debauchery is outside your purview, Commander. That's awesome! Lad will be my champion in this contest. I'm ready. Let's see how this puffed up brat holds his own against a kid from the caves with a cast iron stomach. Mongrel cooking will do that for you. Tell me, oh kid from the caves, should I tuck you into bed on your right side or your left? I wish to be fully prepared for when you inevitably collapse under the table. Let's drink until one of us falls unconscious or begs for mercy. Get out the way, stupid horse. That was just a little warm-up, I say. Up for more? Have you already thought about how you'll tell your posh friends about this? They'll be so happy to find out that you lost to a horrible, scaly, one-horned caveman. They'll be green with envy that I got the chance to drink with a horrible, scaly, one-horned caveman, and they didn't. Try to come up with a better joke, lad. Next round. Land is our champion. Victory to land. Whoa, such a great task for a humble mongrel. Well, we'll see what happens. Whoa, are we done here or are you ready for another round? Why are you so upset, your mightiness? Didn't expect this, huh? I do believe I'm seeing double. Oh, wait, it's just your face. My grandfather, or maybe my great-grandmother, put this bottle in the family cellar. So why did it fail the scion of the illustrious Aredes in his time of need? Daeran looks a bit unsteady on his feet. I don't feel very well. Hey, everyone, let's go back outside. I need to get some fresh air in the lungs. Here we are again, Commander. Leotor looks grim but focused. So let us take another glimpse into the past. A ripple of laughter flows through the hall. It begins as a sweet, charming chuckle, but then turns into a rasping cackle that makes Daeran huddle even deeper into his corner. Why are you running from me, my sweet prince? Come on, let me touch you. I'll give you. The booming voice of an old man dressed in Iomedean robes shakes the walls of the hall. Get away from him, demon. Let the boy go. By the blade of the inheritor, you touch him only over my dead body. You are pathetic, old cleric. Are you the guardian of this charming little prince? Well, you guarded him in vain. The disease is already circulating in his blood, and soon he will rot before your very eyes. You won't be able to help him, and I can at least make sure his death is beautiful, clean, and sweet. The demoness turns her eyeless face to Daeran and licks her lips. A coarse laugh escapes the young man's throat. We'll see about that. Leotor turns toward you in astonishment. Droplets of sweat glisten on his temples. Something is wrong, Commander. My spells are not working as expected. It's as if some kind of supernatural explosion occurred here 10 years ago, blending everything together. The magical horrors, the emotions, the memories. I will try to read it again. Could it be dangerous? I cannot say for certain, but it is unlikely. The past is in the past, and no one can travel through time except for some uniquely powerful entities like Aeons or perhaps the eldest of the First World. Even though the past of this place is horrible, it poses no threat to us in the present. Please continue. Just give me a moment to focus. I will try to channel my visions and feelings to you as accurately as possible. Daeran, my boy, what is going on? Leotor's muscular shoulders suddenly begin to shake. The vision he is channeling does not change, but you feel something enormous and chilling silently infiltrate the reality around you. The presence of this nameless being becomes almost palpable. Some alien entity is talking to him. Hurry! Oh, cleric, stop him now! Do you really want to see what happens when... Save me. Can you save me? The presence thickens into something more tangible. The entity is silent, but you feel your blood pulsing in your temples, and each beat brings a new image, or rather, a new notion. Help brings a feeling of relief and safety. Exchange makes the pulse stronger, more demanding. Gate and secret come immediately after. The image becomes heavier, almost visible. Secret. Keep the secret. Otherwise, death, 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 death. The gruesome images whirl through your mind, filling it with pain and fear. And then it all starts again. Help, exchange, secret, death. Nestrin stretches out his shaking hand, suddenly looking like a doddering old man instead of a mighty cleric imbued with holy power. Daeran, wait! The thing you're about to let loose is even worse than these demons. Daeran's body is quivering like a taut bowstring. His eyes dart from the cleric to the demoness, who is frantically casting protective spells. Demons, saints, I'm so fed up with all of you. Burn! Leotor opens his eyes with a groan, then gets back on his feet. His legs are wobbly, his eyebrows cut, but he seems not to notice. Sincere sorrow is written on his face, as well as a strong hint of horror. What a misfortune. No, what a disaster. Everything is far worse than I imagined. Are you all right? The strain, the emotions, they overwhelmed me and made me faint like an agitated youngster. It is nothing, really. I will not be able to cast any spells for the rest of the day, but aside from that, I'm fine. Do you understand now what happened 10 years ago? The Inquisitor slowly exhales through clenched teeth and says in a low voice, still massaging his temples. Yes and no. Damn it, my thoughts are astray. I will try to explain everything to you in full detail. Many living things are capable of performing the most extraordinary feats, good or bad, when a deadly threat looms over them. 10 years ago, the young Count found himself cornered in every sense of the word, and he allowed some alien entity to intercede for him. It frightens me that all my experience as an Inquisitor is completely useless in this case. It does not resemble anything I've ever heard or read about. The entity, I think I will call it the Other, possesses uncanny power. It was capable of instantly killing 3 greater demons, a mighty cleric, and a host of other mortals. You saw everything yourself. What's even worse is that this entity, this Other, it is still here. Leotor takes a long pause. His gaze is drawn to the chamber where all the guests are laughing and dancing. Daeran's eloquent voice rises above the music for a moment. He's asking someone to bring more wine and add more logs to the fire. I don't know what exactly this creature is, but I know what it did to the Count. It turned him into a living gateway. The Other is not inside the Count's body. It is not directly controlling his mind. That's why there are no obvious signs of possession, but it is looking through his eyes. It treats him like a window into our world, and it can instantly step through it to wreak whatever havoc it desires. Does Daeran know anything about all this? Yes, of course he does. Did you hear what the Other tried to convey to us? Help in exchange for a secret. Death. Death to those who know the truth. It wants to have an opportunity to use the Count as a gateway without anyone knowing. This is what made Daeran deny that he remembered anything about the conclusion of the events at Heaven's Edge. What might the Other want? This is the strangest thing about it all. It came to this world 10 years ago and it's still here, right? All this time it's been watching us through the eyes of the Count. Had it, for instance, wanted to kill Her Majesty the Queen, it would have had plenty of opportunities to do so. The Count can get close to practically every influential figure in Mendev, but the Other refuses to act. Or its interests lie in some other sphere. Did the Other kill everyone then? The disease was not to blame? Not everyone, just Nestor and his paladins and the few remaining guests. Damn it. I know that it was the work of a mysterious, omnipotent entity, but it still stings. I was here 10 years ago, and I didn't check everything personally, and those who did failed to sense that something was wrong. Could the Other be the reason why my companions keep finding severed heads among their belongings back in Kenabres? It seems very likely. I am almost certain you are right. People tend to lose their heads when they get too close to Count Rende anyway. I do apologize, that was inappropriate. Perhaps your gruesome findings are the heads of some cultists who tried to kidnap the Count during the Kenabres slaughter, or perhaps they provoked the Other in some other way. We have to do something. Yes, now I understand Father Nestrin perfectly. I must make a crucial decision despite a dearth of information. The Inquisitor falls silent for a while, then he looks you right in the eye. Commander, first and foremost, I must apologize to you. Second, I must ask you to keep this secret. I apologize for dragging you into this mess. You see, the Other, an entity of immense power, stated very clearly that it would kill anyone who found out the truth, anyone who knows that the Count is actually its living gateway. I suppose this secret is currently known to 3 people on Golarion. You, me, and Count Daeran. And that means... Leotor gives you a crooked smile and shrugs. Why should I keep it a secret? As soon as the Count finds out that we know his secret, the Other will understand it as well. We do not know what it is and what exactly is the scope of his powers, but we do know that it will dispose of anyone who might reveal its existence. I've made a decision, Leotor says gravely. I will not tell anyone about the discovery we've just made, not even the Queen or my superiors. Instead, I will immediately go to Nerosian and sift through all the archives of the Inquisition in order to find out what exactly we are dealing with and how it can possibly be defeated. I may also make some cautious inquiries in other places, including Absalom. Still, I will not reveal the truth until I have found at least some reliable information. I am asking you to do the same. Specifically, do not say a single word about our investigation to the Count himself. So you want me to lead the Crusade while carrying a bomb that may explode at any moment? I'm afraid that you won't be able to hide from the consequences when this bomb does explode. It's up to you to decide, though. What are you going to do with Daeran himself? At the very least, he is guilty of letting the Other enter our world. Right now, I'm a lot more concerned about the Other, but when we find a way to get rid of this entity, the Count will have to stand trial. Many things about this case are still unclear, including the extent of his guilt. Did he call upon the Other by himself, or did he simply answer its call? Could he refuse its offer, or would it have led to his immediate death? Every detail is important and every testimony needs solid proof. That is the difference between righteous justice and blind vengeance. Fine, I will keep it a secret. Leotor lets out a sigh of relief. You've made the right choice. I recommend that you go back to the guests and spend the rest of the evening as you please. Anything else might raise suspicions. I must leave immediately in search of the knowledge we will need so desperately. Farewell, Commander. May the light of Iomedae guide your path, and Leotor Hawkblade will try to keep your path to triumph clear of any unwanted guest. Awesome. Really enjoy the mystery regarding what's going on with Daeran. Great stuff. What was that? Essence, and that's all we can pick up from there. Tell me honestly, did you come here only to make sure I don't have any fun, even at my own birthday party? All right, I think that's enough for one video. Hope all of you enjoyed the playthrough today. If you did, please leave me a like down below, share this content, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.